First of all, off rip. I'm going to start off rip. I'm going to ask you, why do you feel like this chick is even better than you? Why do you feel like she holds some kind of value over you? Because it's been way too long that men have been thinking that they're the ones that have to prove themselves. And on the bright side to this, there's a silver lining. On the bright side to this, a lot of men are waking up out of this foolishness because the truth can only be subdued for only so long. It's like a lot of men, even young men, they're like, bruh, I'm not doing all that for this. Who is this broad? Let me tell you guys something. And I'm probably going to make another video. I have made another podcast about this. It's called The Red Pill for Women, right? That's literally what it's called. Put Tarik Talks, The Red Pill for Women. Okay. And basically, fellas, a lot of these chicks are getting, cannot get commitment from men nowadays. They're getting, for lack of better terms, I hate using this term because it's one of those red pill manosphere fucking terms, but they're getting pumped and dumped like bad, and I don't give a damn what one of these white knight simps are gonna say. Oh, females have their own money and they have their own cars in their home. None of that shit matters. A house is not a home. What did Luther Vandross say? A house is not a home. Okay, this broad can have all the luxury cars. She can have all the luxury homes. If innately, inherently, biologically, naturally, if she does not have a man to spend this with, she's empty. She can have all of the resources. She can have all the masculine goals accomplished, right? Like being a corporate CEO and all this bullshit. If she don't have a man, she's empty, because women's natural biological imperative is to nest. And look, our imperative is to reproduce as well as men. Men, we want families just as well, because whoever made us, Neo, God, Jehovah, Allah, whoever made us, wanted us to carry out our legacy, carry out our seeds. So men want women and women want men. See, what the problem is, though, is this society is making men feel like they have to prove themselves. And the subconscious message that this gives to men is that they're lower. Because when you have to prove yourself, what this is inherently saying is that the person is higher than you, and you have to somehow get their approval, because they already look down on you. So you have to change their mind, right? You have to, just like when you want a promotion and you have to prove yourself to some fucking supervisor, you got to prove yourself to the supervisor because they're higher than you and you want their approval. So this is the subconscious message. When all this time is really the other way around. And I'm going to get into it. First of all, this is a Tarik Talks Midnight podcast. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. Y'all, when I grew up, when I got more developed, when I got more in tune with myself, I started realizing, hey, look, why am I following these corny ass narratives? Okay, why am I following these corny ass narratives of popular media telling men that they're lesser than and they have to prove themselves? It's like the epiphany came to me for a few reasons, right? When I started first, it really came to me when I started getting myself together. When I started getting myself together, started getting my body right, started getting my, I've had stable jobs since I can remember. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a billionaire. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't have a private jet. But I've been pretty stable. I've been pretty decent. Attractive wise, I've been pretty good, you know? And then I started realizing that women wanted me as well. And I'm like, hold on, man. This whole time I've been getting told you gotta prove yourself and jump through these hoops. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's sometimes, fellas, look, I'm gonna tell you this. And these are for my men who can relate. Sometimes a woman wants you even more than you want them. Especially when you got yourself together. Especially when a lot of women find you sexually attractive. Right? And you're going to notice that they want you more than them. You're going to be like, she's all right. But she going to be all over you. Okay? All of a sudden, you see everything that you've been told to do, like over pursue, over chase, over text, all that corny shit. You see her doing it. You're like, wait a minute. I thought I was supposed to be doing this shit. Right? That was the one epiphany. The other is, I'm going to get harsh with you guys real quick, right? I'm going to get extremely harsh. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. A lot of these chicks have been ran through. And, you know, I know what some of these white knights, you know, Captain Save-A-Hoes are. They're gonna say, oh, her past shouldn't matter, her body count shouldn't matter. I don't be listening to them dudes. You know, I don't listen to them. I don't care what they have to say. To me personally, a chick's value decreases every time she just lets her body go to anybody, because what that shows is a lack of respect, lack of loyalty, lack of self-discipline, right? That's what that shows. It's like when a woman is being smashed, she's being conquered. So she's being conquered over and over again by all these dudes. And she wants to come and act like, oh, you got to earn me. I'm like, ma, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be. And before I get the argument, oh, what about men with high body counts? Listen up. We're not the ones getting fucked. We're the ones fucking. Like I said, we're the ones conquering. You're the one getting conquered, and we're the ones conquering. It's different. Get over it. You know, throw your little hissy fit. It's not the same. It's really not. Just like men can never have babies. It is what it is. Like, that's the harsh, honest, blunt truth. Get the fuck over it. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God. Okay? And then I'm like, why am I trying to prove myself to this skank? Right? That's been ran through so many. I'm like, you know, I started asking myself these questions, and until you guys start telling yourself, and first and foremost, you got to build yourself up first, because you can't be some dude playing video games, smoking weed, unemployed all day, out of shape, and thinking, oh yeah, I'm high value or whatever the fuck. That's not the way it goes. You can't be a loser. You have to have, you don't have to be some kind of billionaire like Andrew Tate with private jets and, you know, all that nonsense. But you got to be a guy that has at least some kind of goal, some kind of career, some kind of mission, something going on for yourself. You know, get your attraction up. Get your body right. Get your style right. Get your persona right. Your charisma right. Get your masculine attitude right. Get that overly thirsty, overly pleasing attitude right. If you see a fine chick and she walks past you, look at her, you know, hey, what's going on with you? What's up? That's it. There's no need for you to do these acrobatic, do all of this, I gotta prove myself nonsense. So you guys, the first step is to get out of this mentality of you have to prove yourself. Ask yourself, she has to prove herself to what? Look at her. See, the main flaw with a lot of men is they only look at her beauty. And look, do I look at women for their beauty? Hey, look, we're all men. We're going to be like, okay, she's a very attractive chick. That's fine. I'm not telling you to stop doing that because that's natural. But before you just throw in the towel and be like, oh, she's the one, look at her character. Is she nice? Is she feminine? Is she putting in effort for you? When you get her number or you give her your number, is she hitting you up? You know, if you don't text her in a few days, is she going to hit you up? Is she going to ask you, hey, when the next time I'm going to see you? Is she putting in any kind of effort? Right? When you meet up with her, is she making any kind of effort to be nice, to be, nurture? We find nurturing. Of course, you have to be physically attractive. Let's not get it twisted. Okay. She has to be physically attractive to us. But other than that, ask yourself, is she going out? Is she treating you well, just like you're treating her well? Is she feminine? Does she have that nurturing aspect to her? Or is she coming on a date acting like you just owe her the world? Because let me tell you something, fellas, at this time in my life, at my age, after all I've been through, and look, gentlemen don't kiss and tell, but let me tell you guys something. The amount of women I dealt with, and I don't mean just talk to, I mean just been intimate with, is quite a bit. Quite a bit. All right? Quite a bit of young ladies that I've dealt with. And that's why I made this whole channel. I've had experience. I've experienced women that actually like me, that actually put in effort. And I experienced broads that just felt like you need to worship them. And let me tell you something, fellas. Those type of chicks that feel like they're on top, that feel like they're the queen and you're the peasant, those type of chicks repel me. But nowadays, but a lot of you guys, right? Not you guys that's listening in particular, but a lot of guys, they don't see it that way. They see it, instead of being repelled by this chick because she's acting like she's better than him, they feel like they have to try even harder. They're like, oh man, she's really a swell gal. She's really making me go through the ringer. She's really making me text her 1 billion times a day and take her out. And bruh, stop. She's not attracted to you. Has she put in any effort? Has she paid for some of your drinks? Right? Has she complimented you? Has she even gave you a compliment? Has she, touched you, caressed you? And the reason I'm saying this is because this is what guys do 90% of the time. They do that. And a chick never reciprocates. All of that shit that I said, complimented, touch, treat good, be generous. All of that is what the guy does. Never what the chick does to a lot of guys, unfortunately. And that's because, honestly, it's not even a female's, it's not even a woman's fault. It's the man's fault for even tolerating that bullshit, for even sticking around, for even being like, oh yeah, this is true right here. No, it's not, bruh. This chick takes hours, even days to text you back. When you ask her out for a drink, she takes days. She makes every excuse in the book to not come see you. If a chick is true, this should be common sense, but we've been so brainwashed. It's really sad. I hope you guys are getting some kind of knowledge from this, right? It's really sad. We've been so brainwashed to think that women treating us bad is actually the norm. That's what we've been programmed. We've been programmed to think that that's actually how it's supposed to be. A lot of guys, your average simp, and I hate using that word, but it is what it is. You're out of shape, drinking beer, eating wings, watching a game every day, like no kind of thirsty as hell. Of course, he's going to be like, oh yeah, what? You be over the woman, right? You demanding respect. Psh, look at this guy. Who does he think he is? all that hate language starts coming out. Who does he think he is? That's what a lot of men, that's how a lot of them are. When you even say that a woman should respect you, they're gonna fight back. They're gonna be like, oh, why? Who does this guy think he is? Oh, look at him walking around with his head high. Who does he think he is? Anyway, man, I hope this podcast helped. I hope you got some kind of value out of it. I'm out. Peace.